Nature has a way of undoing our hard work. The refined metals we use to build our bridges, ships, and cities are in a constant state of rebellion, actively trying to revert back to their natural, chemically stable ore states. For exposed iron and steel, this is a thermodynamic certainty. Left to its own devices, a pristine piece of modern infrastructure will relentlessly degrade, blistering and flaking away into dust. Our standard line of defense against this decay is surprisingly simple. We try to hide the metal. We wrap pipelines in thick coatings and slather ships in heavy paint to physically separate the steel from the outside environment. But a physical barrier is only as good as its weakest point. The moment a coating is scratched, peels away, or sustains even microscopic damage, the environment rushes in. The decay process triggers immediately, spreading silently beneath the surface. To understand why this happens so quickly, we have to look past the physical flaking of iron oxide. Rust is a highly active, microscopic electrical grid operating right on the surface of the metal. If we actually want to defeat corrosion, we have to stop treating it like a physical weathering problem and start thinking like electricians. Every time a metal corrodes, 4 elements work together to create an electrical circuit: an anode, a cathode, a metallic path, and an electrolyte. The circuit starts at the anode. This is the exact site on the metal where oxidation occurs. Here, the metal physically deteriorates by losing its negatively charged electrons. Those lost electrons don't just vanish. They travel through the solid metal itself, which acts as the metallic path, until they are safely absorbed by another area on the surface, known as the cathode. Finally, an external conductive medium, like a droplet of water or damp soil, bridges the gap on the outside. This electrolyte completes the loop. The current flows and rust blooms at the anode site. When engineers wrap industrial pipes in heavy coatings, they are trying to remove the electrolyte from this equation by acting as an absolute physical barrier. But the soil environment is often more aggressive than a simple electrolyte. These SEM images and data show that microorganisms can attach to the steel to form a biofilm. These bacteria act as biological catalysts, accelerating the electrochemical reactions and forcing the steel to corrode up to 10 times faster than normal. Whenever nature or biology breaches the coating and completes the circuit, the exposed steel inevitably defaults to being the doomed anode. This brings us to the ultimate engineering countermeasure: cathodic protection. If only the anode takes damage in the circuit, you can protect a structure by ensuring it never functions as the anode. This chart displays the galvanic series, an elemental hierarchy where highly active metals readily yield their electrons to stronger ones. As you can see, steel sits relatively high on the list, while elements like zinc and magnesium are at the bottom. By taking a highly active metal block, like zinc, and wiring it directly to the steel, you give the circuit an easier target. The zinc is forced to volunteer as the anode for the entire system. This weaker metal literally sacrifices itself. It bleeds its own electrons away to satisfy the environment, rotting into nothing so the steel hull or pipe next to it remains completely untouched. But a few blocks of zinc have their limits. They simply cannot generate enough current to protect massive, miles-long industrial pipelines stretching across entire continents. To defend infrastructure on that scale, engineers use impressed current cathodic protection, or ICCP. Instead of relying on a deteriorating block of zinc, ICCP uses a permanent external DC power source. This system aggressively pumps a continuous, massive flow of electrons directly into the steel. By artificially flooding the metal with electricity, it forces the entire pipeline to remain the protected cathode indefinitely. By taking control of the electrical current, we have effectively rewritten the rules of galvanic decay to suit our own needs. Zooming out from the microscopic exchange of electrons, it is hard to overstate how widely this invisible electrical shield operates silently beneath our feet. Entire networks of buried municipal gas lines, vast water transportation grids, and even the common water heater sitting in your basement, all of these survive their environments only because of this technology. In the most extreme, highly corrosive saltwater environments on Earth, where traditional physical coatings would fail in a matter of days, cathodic protection keeps these massive structures standing firm. Managing the underlying electrical current allows engineers to outsmart the chemical reaction, effectively deciding which parts of a structure will corrode and which will remain intact. Commanding the flow of electrons allows us to maintain the integrity of steel infrastructure for decades in environments that would otherwise destroy it. It transforms a natural process of decay into a variable we can control.